there, good looking. Join me for what is going to be a fiery workout that you are going to love. Listen, we're going to hit every muscle in your body with this circuit workout in addition to torching a ton of calories. Now, you'll also want to stick around to the very end. I have a really cool hip and glute finisher for you. For this workout, you do need some tools, so grab what you consider are a pair of heavy dumbbells, in particular for deadlifts and for chest presses, and then maybe a step down for rows, and then maybe one lighter dumbbell after that for your clean and presses. So for reference, I have a pair of 25s, 20s, and one 15-pound dumbbell. Now, if you own a BOSU ball or a stability ball, grab that. We can use that for one of the moves. However, if you don't own one, don't worry. I'm going to show you a really easy workaround just simply using your ground. All right, lace up your runners or not, and let's go get warmed up. All right, let's start down on the mat, warm up. As we do, I'll chat about the workout. Here we go. Let's start in a dead bug position. Knees over hips, ankles lined up with the knees, arms extended over the shoulders. Draw the belly button in, anchor that spine, slowly extend one leg and the opposite arm. Keep that low back neutral, back to center, other side. So just a heads up, there is a bicycle crunch in this workout, and to make this osteoporosis friendly, there'll be a mini me in the corner doing this exercise, a dead bug. This is all levels, as well as I just mentioned, osteoporosis friendly with the options given. Let's anchor that back. Let's do 4 more here. Breathe. 3. Warming up our core. 2. And 1. Beautiful. Come into a seated position for me. Take your hands behind you and just windshield wiper the knee side to side. Try to get that inside of the knee to hit the ground. And then if you want to take it a little more advanced, you can turn this right into a 90-90, arms coming up or behind the body. So you can keep the hands here. That is going to make it a little easier, or bring them up. So we have, what do we have? I think it's 7 exercises. All right, 4 rounds. And we'll get a little break in between each circuit. And as mentioned, hitting all the muscles of the body. 2 more. Last one. And come into a standing position for me. Let's take, mirror me, this heel up for me, hands light behind the ears, push your seat rear and drive up and down. So this is a B stance, where we're weighted more on one leg and the other one's just kickstand. We'll be performing a B stance deadlift. So here we're just keeping the arms up to add a little bit of weight as we warm up into the hips and hamstrings. But I just want you to get used to this movement pattern, because we will be weighting up fairly heavy for this. Our work time for today's workout, last one, other side, is 30 seconds of work. So I'm going to encourage you to see if you can weight up a little heavier, because there'll be fewer reps. So this stance here is just a bit of a staggered stance. My heel is up, putting just a little bit of weight on this leg here, with trying to get this front leg absorbing all of my body weight as I do this motion, pushing through the heel as I drive all the way up. Last 2. And 1. Excellent. Left hand to mat, left leg back. Let's take that right elbow towards the mat and then rotate and turn and look towards that front leg. You can drop the back knee to the ground too if you need to. We're warming up hips, T-spine, shoulders. Let's do 2 more. 1 more. Excellent. High plank. Step the leg back. Left foot, left pinky. Left elbow to ground. Rotate. Reach it. Back knee can go on the mat if you'd like. That right hand of yours is right underneath the shoulders. Let's do 2 more. 1 more. Excellent. Stand position. Take your feet shoulder width. Push your hips rear. Let's do a few squats here, and then we're going to get started. So we're starting with the chest press. I'm going to have my head and shoulders on the BOSU ball. You can also have your head and shoulders on a stability ball, or you can just be in a bridge position on the ground. 2 more. 1 more. Excellent. So let's get set up. I'm going to be using my 25s and see how I do for the first round. Once again, a bridge position without a stability ball just simply looks like this. All right, grab your dumbbells. We're going to get busy in less than 5 seconds here. Woo, 3, head and shoulders on mat, ball, and hips up and press. Breathe out as we press up, taking it slow and controlled. Our elbows are in front of the shoulder so that we can protect that shoulder joint. Our wrists are straight. We're pressing the dumbbells above the chest, not above the head. Push through the heels, squeeze the glutes. Let's get that booty up and breathe. When we're done, we're standing. All right, here we go. Come into a standing position. Keep these heavies. All right, we've got that B stance deadlift that I was talking about. If you'd like, you can do it as we did in warm-up, or you can also place your heel, back heel against the BOSU or against a wall. Coming down, driving up. Putting as much work as we can into that one working leg. With this B stance deadlift, you're trying to pretend to push your hips in the wall behind you. Pull those shoulders back and down. Gaze it straight ahead. Drive all the way up. And time, all right? So you can have the heel up on against a wall, so it would simply look like this, and you're pushing your hips to the wall. Almost, I would like you to touch the wall with your bum, or like we did in warm-up, or you can use the BOSU like me. And down. Abs engaged. Softness in that knee as you're coming down. Dumbbells staying close to the body. Pull those shoulder blades together. You want that long spine, okay? Tip of the head all the way down to your tailbone. One more. All right, take it just to a little lighter weight. You'll either join me in a plank from the knees or toes, or if that doesn't work for you, mini-me is doing a piston row like so, okay? Let's get set up. So again, you got options here. On the knees for a Renegade row. My advanced people, however, off of those knees and drive up. Feet apart, hips stay squared. Breathe it out. We're standing with that one lighter dumbbell I asked you to grab right here. Whew. All right, so I'm going to use my 15. It's a single arm. All right, clean to press. So mirror me, okay? Take this dumbbell, bring it right here. Now you're going to use your hips to get the dumbbell up. When it hits the shoulder, you squat and then you press. Now let's tighten up the core, tighten up this arm. Do it a little faster. Press. Good. Once that dumbbell hits the shoulder, what we've called cleaned it, we drop into that squat to catch it. And then we come out of that squat and use the legs to help us press it. A lot going on. One of my favorite moves right here. In fact, this workout we're doing is one of my personal workouts. All right, before we do the other side, we want to do a bicycle crunch or a dead bug with mini-me if you shouldn't be crunching your spine. Otherwise, come on up here and twist, extend one leg. Working the abs here, letting that heart rate come down a bit. All right, now we're just not rolling side to side with this motion. We are lifting and twisting as that knee comes in. When the timer goes, we'll stand and do the other arm. Clean, squat and press. In 3, and 2, and 1. Whew. All right. So, a lot happening with this workout. That's really good for your body. A lot of core stabilization. Love it. This good stuff. Okay, so mirror me, right? So what do? We clean it, squat to catch it, up to press it. Now tighten up the other arm. Clean, catch, press. We get a little water break after this, and we move into round 2. One more. Come on. All right. Grab a quick sip of water. And then we're moving into that chest press. Head and shoulders on the BOSU, ball or ground. Okay. Let's get set up, crew. Okay. Everybody wants a high bridge. We're moving in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Press to those heels. Lift those hips. Breathe out as you press up. We're keeping these heavy dumbbells for the next exercise. B stance deadlift. Lower and come on up. All right, so remember, you got a few options with this one too. If you have access to a wall, it's kind of fun actually. Taking that heel up, dumbbells in front, pull the shoulders back and down, push the hips back, get the booty to hit your wall. So you're really shifting those hips rear. So side view, this is what it looks like. Pulling all the way up. Softness in that working leg. Abs drawn in, especially if you're lifting heavy. It's no joke. All right, got the other side. So heel can be up on your BOSU wall or just on the ground. We are moving those hips back in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So we're in round 2. Remember, we got 4 magical rounds to do. So you'll be a pro at all the form, on the moves by the time we're done. One more. All right, let's knock it down and wait. Okay, Renegade rows or piston rows with a hip hinge. But try the Renegade by the knees, okay? So that's where my beginners would be. Otherwise, here you are. A lot of people comment that their hands on their dumbbells bothers them. My response is, you're not going to die. So the more you get used to it, the more it won't bother you. The only way to get used to it is to do it. One more. Whew. All right. Grab whatever weight feels good for you for the clean squat and press. Let's mirror me. Dumbbell here, tighten up there. Here we go. Clean it. Squat, press. So you're really using those hips of yours to clean it up to the shoulder. Okay, it's not a bicep curl. There's very little arm involvement actually on the clean part. Press, yes. Bicycles or dead bug coming up. Let's do one more. Finish it. Good job, you. All right, you choose your ab choice. Dead bug with mini me, or down here, bicycles with big me. Ready? And go. With alpha me. 10 more seconds. Other arm coming up, clean and press. Time. Whew. Can show my heart rate's up, right? I'm not talking quite as much. Whew. All right, like I said, I did this workout. I've been doing it pretty consistently for a few months now. Here we go, clean. And I'm feeling really spicy. I'll do 6 rounds. And I'll try 20 pounds for these clean and presses. But if I did that in this workout, I would not be able to talk. And I'm here for you, not for my own workout. So I gotta drop it down. Time, all right. Quick sip of water again. Whew. Chest press, head and shoulders, BOSU, stability ball, mat, doesn't matter. When you grab heavy dumbbells though, that matters. All right, ass is down. We're going, everybody, in 5, 3, 2, go. Breathe out as you press. We're standing, B stance deadlift coming up. Here we go, right here. Whew. All right, here's the side view. Pick a leg, doesn't matter which leg, so we'll do the other one next. Pull the shoulders back and down, pull that belly button in towards the spine, activate that deep core muscle, your transverse, and then hip hinge, push through the heel, drive all the way up. Keeping those dumbbells close to the body. If you're doing quite heavy, like for me, the 25s, right? This is the second exercise holding on to the 25s. You're gonna find your grip strength starting to weaken, or not weaken, but fatigue is a better word. Yeah, so if you got to get your dumbbells down and shake out the hands, go for it. All right, here we go, other side. Once again, heel up, it can be against the wall, just up in the air or against your BOSU. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Pushing your bum back. Try and touch that wall behind you. Grip strength does improve as you lift. There's the good news. Renegade rows coming up. One more here. All right, so you can be in that piston position. Just remember though, right, it's a hip hinge, all right, and you're hinging about 45 degrees. Otherwise, knees on the ground, bum down, or off of the knees. I got a new mat here, it's a brown one. I know, not a really attractive color, but I don't have a lot of choices for the size that I need, but it's really sticky. I know it's a yoga mat. It's supposed to be sticky, but like I'm gonna trip or something. Or not trip, but like go to move my foot and it's not gonna go, which wouldn't be fun. All right, here we go. Clean. Mirror me. Tighten up. Ready? Hinge it, clean it, squat it, press it. Good. Keep that gaze up too for me. Nice wide stance with that squat. Finish it, finish it. Good job, you. Just because the timers goes, You're not done till the exercise is done. All right, dead buck, bicycles, whatever you want. Just make it good. In 3, 2, 1, go. So, if you're watching this in real time, my birthday's on Saturday. Yes. 54. Really boring number, 54. But it means my target heart rate goes down a bit. That's what happens as you get older. You don't have to work as hard to get the heart rate up in your target zone. All right. Other arm clean and press. Tighten up the core. Mirror me. Use the hips to clean it to the shoulder, and then we squat. Up, squat. Good. Finish it. All right, grab a quick water. We're about to move into our last round, and then we'll move into that little finisher I was telling you about. Yeah, 54. I don't feel 54. I feel like 52 and a half, more or less. Yeah, 52 and a half. I still act like I'm 12 though. All right, ready? Chest press. 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay, maybe I feel like 51 3/4. I don't know. You tell me. What's 54 supposed to feel like? With the exercise that we are doing now in our older years, the food and supplements we can now take, we're really redefining how we're aging. Oh no, we gotta keep these dumbbells. All right, here we go. B stance deadlift. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So, we're not aging like our parents and their parents or grandparents did at all. Makes it interesting to know maybe how the younger generation will age as more research comes out. One more. Whew. All right, other side. But the best thing we can do as we age, you guys, is right here. Strength training, lifting heavy shit on a regular basis. Go. And then one good habit, such as a regular strength training program, is going to snowball inevitably into other good habits. You're going to start keeping an eye on your sleep quality, and maybe you'll make a little better choices for your meals. Maybe not have that wine on Wednesday, save it for the weekend. One more. All right, Renegade rows. It's true, that's why when you go on holiday, everything goes to pot, right? Because we stop everything. So if you can keep one habit while you're traveling, that one habit will soon be 2 habits and then maybe 3 habits. I'm not saying live like, one of those eat clean, train dirty fitness influencers. I'm just saying, make a few smarter choices while you're traveling to make your life easier when you get back home. Because you got to face the music when you get back home. One more. So, all right, one arm clean and press. So tighten up this side, and I like the fist with the arm out because it does help engage that core a bit. So clean, squat when it gets to the shoulder, press, come on up. I find when my husband and I travel, my breakfast kind of stays the same. Overnight oats, you can buy that anywhere in the world. We usually stay at Airbnbs. Release. And then our lunch is our big meal. And then dinner, we have something very small. So last year when we went on Italy, I actually lost a few pounds because we kind of switched. Our dinners are at our lunch and our lunch is at our dinner. Oh, we were supposed to do bicycles, weren't we? Whoops. I was too busy talking. My bad. We'll do bicycles or dead bug in 5 seconds. One more. All right, now we get to do it. So, bicycles, dead bugs, your choice. This is it. 3, 2, 1, go. Extend that leg. The lower that leg is, the harder you're working. Lift and twist that knee. You're not just rolling side to side. Hips stay on the mat. Just the upper body. Woo! All right, you come on up, march it out. Grab a sip of water, get your booty band. We're gonna start that hip and glute finisher. All right, so grab a sip of water. We're gonna be using the booty band, placing it just above the knee, okay? So we have 20 seconds of work, 2 different exercises, 4 rounds of those. So let me quickly demo, okay? We're gonna take 2 steps side to side and just a little bit of a squat. And then we'll hit the mats and do a banded glute bridge and then do 3 more rounds of that, all right? So let's find some space here, get to one side of the mat, bend the knees, push the hips rear. Let's take it 2 steps here, 1 and 2. Now when we step, we want both toes, knees, and hips all pointed straight ahead. So don't let that trailing leg kind of curl in. You're really using those outer hip muscles to fire up to keep the knees tracking. And I feel it right away into my hips. Time. Take it down. This whole drill just kills me every time. It's awesome. All right, you should be feeling your heels with your fingertips, feet apart, knees apart. You want to feel the band providing resistance right away. Push through those heels, lift the hips up, squeeze the booty. When we drive up, we're not flaring that rib cage though. We want it to come through the glutes here. The booty band is trying to pull the knees in. You're resisting that with your gluteus medius or glute med muscle. Whew. And there we go. 3 more rounds. Okay, so hip hinge, slight knee bend. Give me 2. And 2. Good. Whoa. Every time. It is getting better. I am getting stronger. Been doing this quite a bit time because this is kind of my problem area for my low back, but it still gets me. All right, again, we want to feel the heels with our fingertips. Drive the hips up, squeeze the booty back down. Bum just kisses the mat and then drive up again. We want feet, knees, hip width or shoulder width to work a little harder. Not resting the bum when it hits your mat, it then drives up again for the next rep quite quickly. All right, come on up, halfway. Many of us, this muscle tends to be weak and does cause a lot of havoc, either to the low back or the knees. So this is a really nice drill too if you're like I am and have issues with your low back, or perhaps you have some knee issues. This will help bulletproof the hips, which help assist in knee tracking and then help with stability into the low back. But while we're doing it, it's sure not fun. Okay, here we go. Again, you want to be able to feel your heels with your fingertips, feet apart, knees apart, drive the hips up. Push through those heels. So there's very little weight in the front of my foot. All right, come on up. We got a last round here. This is it. And then we'll stretch the hips. Trainer's promise. Here we go. Hip hinge, knees bend. Just 2 side to side. Picking the foot up, not dragging it. So we're stepping it here. Again, as we come across, we don't want this knee to rotate in. So be strong with that hip. Toes, knees, hips, shoulders to me. One more. Whew. All right, let's take it down. Last bridge. Got the feet apart, feel the heels. Now push the glutes up. Keep breathing, we're almost there. It's getting a little spicy, I know. Time. Woo! All right, let's get that booty bend off. Nice little drill. Push it to the side, draw the knees into the chest. That's also a nice drill if you're a runner, just before a run. Maybe not as many sets, so maybe 2 sets, right? Because you don't want to completely finish off those muscles that are going to have to stabilize your spine and hips as you run. But I would do 2 rounds of those as a warm-up drill, especially if you are, as I said, prone to knee or hip pain or low back pain. All right, bring the arms in a T position, knees over top of the hips, and drop the knees to one side. If you have osteoporosis, you might want to take a pillow or bolster and place it under the knees so that you're not doing as great of a twist. From here, turn your gaze looking towards the opposite hand. And then if you want a bit more, you can take that left hand and just pull that top knee down a little bit, creating a deeper stretch into that right glute. Both shoulders on your mat. Let's go back to center. Readjust, get yourself centered, feet apart, drop the knees to the other direction. Again, if you've got osteoporosis, a really quick, easy fix here is just to prop your ground up. Now take that top hand if you'd like, placing the outside of that left thigh, pulling that left inside knee towards the other thigh a bit more, creating a deeper stretch into that hip and glute. And if you'd like, you can turn your gaze to the opposite side fingertips. Let's go back to center. Let's take that left leg now, cross the ankle over the right thigh. Right here might be enough of a stretch. You might be good here. Otherwise, lift the foot up, hands come behind that right thigh to make it a little deeper. Place it on top of the shin. And we're lining that right knee up with the outside of the right shoulder. And now everybody, let's pick the head up, slide the chin in and lower the head down. So we've created some length in the back of the neck. And we're just going to try to relax as many muscles as we can in the body. The face, the shoulders as best we can. That left side that we're stretching. Right foot to ground, release the left, other foot crosses over. Again, you might be cool here. Otherwise, pick the foot up, bring the hands behind that left thigh or make it deeper, walking on top of the left shin. And then drive that left knee to the outside of the left shoulder. And let's roll onto our stomachs. Elbows under the shoulders, getting some extension into the spine, which always feels really nice, especially if you did the piston rows where you had that hip hinge. This is going to feel nice. Now, if there's pinching in the low back, you can walk the hands forward, okay? Also, I find if you tighten your glutes, that takes some of the pinching away. And then alternatively, if you want to really go with an extension, you can press yourself up, hands come underneath the armpits, shoulders away from the ears, drop the hips. So let's find what's going to work for you, because we're going to stay here for a few breaths. Gaze is just straight ahead. And tuck your toes under, press yourself back, a downward dog, hips drive up to the ceiling, walk the feet forward, press the hips back, ears beside the biceps, and let's press the pads of the fingertips into the mat so it's just not all weighted on the palm. Knees can be soft. If you'd like, you can pedal one foot and then the other, creating a deeper stretch. For me, I really feel it in the calf. You may feel it calf or hamstring, or lucky you, you might not feel anything. And then a couple breaths. Let's just hold the heels still. And knees to ground. Left arm threads under. Sit back just a bit, walk the other arm forward. Rotate your gaze towards that left hand. Stretching into the shoulder. Now let's press ourselves back up just on that right arm, and we're going to take this left one and reach up and look and down. Here we go, right arm, thread it under. Walk the other one forward. Slide that left hand, and we're just going to press into the mat with that left hand, drive ourselves up, and then reach this right one up and then down. Right foot in front, lunge forward ever so slightly, tighten that back glute for me, feel that stretch into the hip flexor, and then interlace the hands, place them behind the head, pull the elbows back, and let's lunge into it just a bit deeper now, and then add a little bit of spinal extension, opening the arms up, lifting the heart to the ceiling, gaze is up, and breathe. Release the right arm, inhale the left arm straight up, trying to create some space between bottom rib and hip, and then exhale and lean away. Take this arm that's above us, circle it behind the body, taking it really slow for what we now call the PJ special. Other side, here we go. Left leg in front, lunge forward, tighten that right glute for me. I want you to feel in that hip flexor first, and then we interlace the hands and add the next element. Open up those elbows, lift the chest, heart and gaze to the ceiling. Breathe. Release the left hand, inhale the right arm straight up, create that length now, and then lean away on that exhale. Take that top arm, circle it behind the body, nice and slow. Let's get a range of motion as well as a dynamic stretch into the pec and shoulder. And we did it! Bravo, you! Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. It's awfully lonely when you don't. And I look forward to reading your comments down below. Have a fabulous rest of your day. Bye! Hey there, good looking. If you are looking for a torture of a workout, I mean muscle torching, calorie torching. Are there any other type of torching? We're not doing any single joint exercises. They're compound exercises, which means that you are going to train a ton of muscles in one single movement. Oh gosh, oh boy. Now I'm also going to be using a BOSU ball for 2 of the exercises. However, if you don't own a BOSU ball, you can also use a stability ball. Or if you don't own either of those, hey, no worries. You can just use the ground. I'm going to show you an easy workaround. This is really long. This is almost turning into a documentary. Damn it. For reference, I have a pair of 25s, 20s, and 115. You'll also need a booty band for the finisher that we'll do at the end. And I'm also using a stability ball. You can use a stability ball, no, I'm not using a stability ball. I'm using a BOSU ball. Ooh, fuck me.